They brought Albert Square to life.
Hello, Jim. It's me, Dorothy.
Through heartbreak, betrayal, and unforgettable drama.
Nothing to me! Just stay away! But Pauline, please, stay away from me!
But behind the scenes, the real stories were even more tragic. Some passed away suddenly, others after long, private battles.
Stay positive. Don't give up. It's not the British way of doing things.
And a few left us in ways no one ever saw coming. Brace yourself as we look back on the EastEnders actors who have died. She wasn't just Albert Square's moral compass, she was the square. For over 2 decades, Wendy Richards' Pauline Fowler stood firm through births, deaths, betrayals, and more cups of tea than anyone could count.
But it didn't mean anything to me, it meant nothing to me! Just stay away! But Pauline, please, stay away from me!
From the very first episode in 1985, Pauline was the heart of EastEnders, a laundrette assistant with a cardigan for every occasion, who faced life's challenges with stoic resilience and sharp wit. She confronted her daughter Michelle's teenage pregnancy, supported her son Mark through his HIV diagnosis, and endured a turbulent marriage to Arthur Fowler, all while forging an iconic friendship and feud with Dot Cotton. Pauline's storylines were never short of drama. Her controversial second marriage to Joe Macer divided fans and even led Wendy Richard herself to leave the show. Pauline's journey ended in unforgettable fashion. On Christmas Day 2006, after a bitter row with Sonia, she collapsed and died in the snow from a brain hemorrhage, later revealed to be caused by a blow from Joe Macer. Wendy Richard passed away in 2009, age 65, after a courageous battle with breast cancer. Her voice still echoes in Albert Square, a reminder that Pauline Fowler's legacy is woven into the very fabric of Walford. He swaggered into Walford in 1987 with a smirk, a gravelly laugh, and those unforgettable loud jackets. Mike Reed's Frank Butcher wasn't just a dodgy car dealer, he was a hurricane of Cockney charm and chaos. Frank quickly became a fixture of Albert Square, running the Queen Vic with Pat after buying it from Den Watts, then later hustling at the car lot, always with a deal on the go and drama not far behind.
Scared?
I have no argument with you, Frank.
Oh, yeller, are we?
His legendary love triangles with Pat and Peggy kept the square buzzing, and who could forget his dry slap threats or that infamous moment, turning up at Pat's door in nothing but a spinning bow tie. Frank's exits were as dramatic as his entrances, from faking his own death to being caught out in a love affair that left Peggy fuming. Mike Reed died in 2007, but Frank's shadow still lingers in Walford, in every dodgy deal and broken heart. And that final farewell
Take care of yourself, bud.
echoes in the Queen Vic to this day. EastEnders gold, forever. He was the landlord with a sinister smile. Den Watts, played by Leslie Grantham, brought danger, drama, and unforgettable cliffhangers. He practically invented the EastEnders Christmas special. From the very first episode in 1985, Dirty Den was the charming rogue who kept viewers on edge. As the original landlord of the Queen Vic, his volatile marriage to Angie, Anita Dobson, reached its peak in the 1986 Christmas Day episode, when Den handed her divorce papers. An iconic moment watched by over 30 million people. Still the most watched soap episode in UK history. Den's complex character was revealed through his turbulent relationship with his adopted daughter Sharon, his dealings with the criminal firm, and his shocking return from the dead in 2003, after being presumed killed in 1989. His final exit came in 2005, but his legacy was already cemented. Leslie Grantham passed away in 2018, but you only need to hear 3 words to remember his power.
Hello, Princess.
With that, Den Watts remains a legend of Albert Square, forever etched in soap history. Barbara Windsor didn't just play Peggy Mitchell. She was Peggy, fierce, loyal, larger than life. When she screamed,
Get out of my pub!
you knew she meant business. Windsor took over as Peggy in 1994, transforming the Mitchell matriarch into the beating heart of Albert Square. As landlady of the Queen Vic, Peggy ruled with warmth and steel, her storylines tackling real issues, most memorably, her battles with breast cancer. Peggy was the first soap character to undergo a mastectomy on screen, a moment that resonated with viewers and raised vital awareness. Her fiery showdowns, especially with Chrissy Watts and Pat Butcher, became iconic, and her catchphrase is forever etched in British TV history. Even after leaving in 2010, Windsor returned for special episodes, culminating in Peggy's emotional farewell in 2016. Facing terminal secondary breast cancer, Peggy chose to die on her own terms, wanting her family to remember her as strong. When Dame Barbara Windsor died from Alzheimer's in 2020, London lost one of its brightest stars. But Peggy's fire still burns behind the bar, reminding us to fight for our family and never let the Mitchell name down. Dot Cotton was the beating heart of Albert Square, and June Brown made her so much more than a chain-smoking gossip. She gave Dot a soul, a past, and a faith that carried her through tragedy. From her first appearance in 1985, Dot became a fixture in EastEnders, a devout Christian, a hypochondriac, and the Square's unwavering moral compass. Brown's portrayal brought Dickensian depth, transforming Dot into one of British television's most beloved characters. Dot's most poignant storyline came in 2000 when she helped her best friend Ethel die, an act that tore at her faith and showcased her complexity. In 2008, Brown starred in Pretty Baby, a groundbreaking solo episode where Dot recorded a message for her ailing husband Jim.
Hello, Jim. It's me, Dorothy.
This performance earned Brown a BAFTA nomination, making her only the second soap actor recognized in this way. June Brown left the show in 2020 and passed away in 2022, aged 95. With her went a voice that comforted generations. But Dot's legacy endures. In her scriptures, her stories, and her eternal kindness, a true icon of Walford. They made us laugh, cry, and sometimes even scream at our screens. And though they're no longer with us, their stories and their impact, live on. Which of these actors' passings shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you're a true fan of EastEnders, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories behind the square. And stay tuned. We're diving deeper into the untold lives of British soap stars. Thank you for watching.